All right, so another day, moving on, day 22. If I'm correct, let's just kind of get straight into this. No wasting time here. So, unfortunately, kind of us, I wouldn't say lack of cooperation with me because relatively this was one of the more busier days in work. So again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to have the opportunity to take a photo. But nonetheless, I guess I just rely on old reliable. And believe it or not, this photo, which is just a be if we were to raise up the exposure just a little so you guys can see, it's just a picture of a mountain. Again, another landscape photo. This was during, I guess you would call it the same photo session as the day where I edited the sunrise and the day I edited myself, I guess the portrait of myself. This was all in the same, again, photo session. Yeah, I relatively took a lot of photos during this time. But, again, is it something that I wanted? Not really, because again, I know as I'm recording this video, I know there was a solar eclipse today. Man, oh man, how I would have wished to got on a photo. I mean, I took a photo on my phone. Who knows? Maybe I may even edit that photo in the future, but it wasn't really of a good photo. But again, I even if I had the equipment ready, just me physically with work, I was too busy. I could not been able to, even if I really wanted to, I could not have been able to capture the solar eclipse, sadly. So I guess I'm just gonna have to wait another 40 years for that to occur, which by then, God knows what the fuck am I gonna be doing at that time. But nonetheless, right now at the moment, I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna work with what we got, and we'll try to make the best out of it. Again, didn't take any photos, but it is what it is. I don't know if it kind of sounds, but I'm a little bit tired because again, if we're not including work, I also just finished coming back from my daily jog, and then just in general, I had to do other tasks once arriving here into my house. So already depending on how this photo is gonna come out, probably gonna be a short video, kind of like yesterday. Again, don't think that I'm trying to slack off as to not trying to push myself. Trust me, I am really trying to push myself as much as I can, but at the same time, I don't want to end my daily upload and streak. Well, I don't know, depending on when you guys see this video, it may already be broken or still intact. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. But in the meantime, I still wanted to get more practice into Lightroom, although it may seem that I'm just doing the same things over and over again. Who knows? Maybe repetition and just doing the same things over and over. Who knows? Maybe I might get the gist of it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something will click and I'll learn a thing or two if I haven't already. So already off the bat, I've done some basic adjustments. I can already see that we're gonna mask, at least as far as the sky. I'm not sure entirely about the background, but definitely the sky, we're probably gonna lower the exposure a little bit, probably make it a little bit more balanced. Who knows, maybe we might try to edit a sunrise or a sunset, depending with how I'm feeling. But as far as with right now, yeah, that's really all what I got. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I started to do some things differently with my videos more recently. Because if you guys recall, I said in my day 20 video that again, with every milestone, I guess, with these videos and along with this journey, I want to do something different. Between 1 to 10, relatively no difference. As far as with 10 to 20, my goal was all this, right? What I had written down. Questionable if I've been following along with it. I've tried my best. But again, questionable if I've been following up with these. Now, although I haven't written them down mentally, as I was making the day 20 video, I wanted to have a different approach with these videos, right? Because I think overall from day 1 to 20, or excuse me, day 1 to 19 was pretty generic. It was just a couple cuts, maybe some text added. Not much as far as with editing, but I don't know. With last video, I tried incorporating that, and especially on day 20, I tried twisting it up a little bit, making it a little bit different. So right now I'm in the process. I'm not entirely sure how far that's gonna go. I would need to see also depending on my schedule and just on the fact that how my day goes. Because as it stands, again with work, it's not that busy, but I'm pretty sure that sooner rather than later, it's gonna get chaotic that I may have to dial down as far as editing. But I'm trying to make these videos, like I've stated. It's not here. Here we go. The third one. Make the videos more interesting for the viewers. Now, not only as me socializing, talking with you guys, and being more social as far as with these videos, having possibly even less cuts, but even just doing whatever I can or whatever I can add in as far as with these videos so it can be just a little bit more entertaining, right? Again, I'm trying to do that. It's just kind of a step-by-step process in a way. I'm in the process of doing that, but that's what at least I'm trying to accomplish with the videos. I'm just talking about videos, especially right now, just moving forward. So incorporating a little bit more changes. Who knows? Maybe it may get me somewhere. But as far as with right now, I'm just been kind of messing around with the tone curve. If we were to check, not much change. But then again, maybe there wasn't much change to begin with here. But I think with overall, I like it. Again, if we need to come back, we'll come back. As far as with color mixer, we do have several colors here. I know for a fact we have a blue, which I would wanna in some way, shape, or form dial it down. Although that's gonna be kind of hard because it's also affecting the sky. So we're gonna have to be very careful with that. Maybe if we were to, I don't know, maybe if we were to push it, slide it differently. Okay, with hue, I don't want to change much of it. But again, as far as with the sky, I'm gonna mask it and we're gonna tweak it up a little bit. So I'm not too worried as far as with the sky. Although with the blue, believe it or not. Okay, I'm trying to see here. Would be any better, or would be a better change? Believe it or not, I think with a low luminance, it'd actually be pretty good. Again, but I'm sure I'll be able to somewhat fix this, especially on the color grading section. So maybe for right now, we should be good with that. Any other colors? Green would be affecting the vegetation. I think that's how you say it, vegetation, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Do I want to make it more greener than it already is? I would definitely need to see. But as far as for right now, maybe an increase with luminance just to make the trees a little bit brighter, maybe more pop in a way. So, and also an increase on saturation because I don't want the trees looking lifeless. And as far as with hue, maybe the way how we had it on par with saturation, I think that should be good. Anything else that we would want to affect as far as with colors here? Aqua, blue, purple. Okay, I think as far as for right now, I think we should be good. Now we're gonna go into the color grading option, which this one's gonna be rather interesting because I would definitely need to see what changes or how the warm and the cool side is gonna really affect this photo. So I would really need to see here as far as what changes will it make. And quite honestly, as it is right now, I kind of actually like that. I actually really do. Yeah, it kind of gives it like this, I guess, this late afternoon sunset in a way. So believe it or not, I'm actually gonna stick with that. I didn't think I would go straight into color grading like that, because I'm sure if you guys have been following along with color grading, and normally I just do this because that's just how I do it. I just like to sit in silence, kind of move around the mouse, seeing what colors affect what, and especially how it affects the photo. But that was kind of the quickest one that's kind of the quickest, or maybe even the fastest, what would you say, the fastest time I've decided on a color. I don't know. Now, saturation, would we want to make it more saturated? I don't know. You know, we'll do a balance between yes and no. So I think, yeah, believe it or not, I like that actually. I actually really do like that. With luminance, again, as far as with maybe just a slight decrease with luminance, although it may look pretty bright. Yeah, I think that should be good for right now. So global is done. Now, if we were to go to shadows, shadows would once again be affecting the whole photo, right? Okay. Now that would just make the whole photo relatively more greener. Relatively more greener. Okay, this one I would need to go ahead and check. Okay, with shadows, I was looking at it. I think although it's kind of weird, it's kind of weird right now. I think I like it how it is, because if we were to hide the shadows effect, I don't know, it just adds on more to that sunset mood that I guess I'm going towards right now. So we'll leave it like that. For midtones, what would it change? It would mostly change the background. So we would want to make this again towards more the warmer side, but again, I would need to go ahead and see what changes it would make. All right, so believe it or not, I was gonna say that I was gonna adjust the midtones a little bit, but as I was looking at it, I think we're just only gonna affect the shadows. Again, if we need to come back, we'll come back and adjust it. But as far as with right now, if we were to hide all the changes we made, and then now, I think that's pretty good. So we'll leave it like that. So the color grading, that should be it. As far as with right now, I think we should be on good. I checked detail. I don't think we need to make any adjustment with details because it's well, let's say it's relatively sharp. But again, as far as with manual noise reduction, I will need to check more tutorials on this. Although I really haven't had the chance to check on it, I will need to check on it. So we'll just leave it as it is. But right now, let's just check a quick before and after before we head to masking. So before, okay, yeah. As far as with if we're just including just the mountains and then the foreground, the forest in a way, I think we did a good job. I know for a fact the sky is a little bit overexposed, but once again we're gonna mask it and probably decrease the exposure, maybe increase some contrast so it can look a little bit better. Maybe even tweak with the colors a little bit. And believe it or not, I think that should be it. Again, very short, very quick to the point video. It may not be what you guys expected, but again, I just wanted to at least do something. So let's go on to masks and let's choose the sky perfectly. Okay. Now, we were to decrease the exposure, which that is something I definitely want to do. Okay, now we're getting something. Now we're getting somewhere. If we were to probably increase the contrast a little bit, maybe even slightly increase the whites, just ever so slightly. The highlights as well. Okay. What if we... Okay, we'll just leave the exposure the way how we had it. Blacks, it wouldn't be affected. Oh, well, it would be. So, with blacks, what would be a nice balance for this black? Maybe a nice balance as far as with both exposed, but at the same time underexposed in a way. So I think that should be good because I let me just move this out of the way. I really like how we're having a little blend as far as with, well, in the photo right now, just a little bit overexposed, but then it's kind of being balanced off. And again, if we look at how it was previously or on the original raw photo, it does not look anything like like how it looks like now. So I'm really happy with that. So as far as with just the basic adjustments, I think we should be good. With color, again, this is the one that I said that may be something, may do something, may not. Maybe just a touch of saturation. Maybe even, no, believe it or not, I want to leave it how we had it with temperature. I don't want to change it because, again, that nice blend as far as with cool, but at the same time in like warmth added onto that, I really actually like that. So I believe actually with color, that's going to be it. Again, we'll come back if we need to. Point, we're not going to deal with that. Curve, I guess we would only really be affecting the midtones. Okay, that does it a little bit more. So believe it or not, it's just a slight decrease, but I think, okay, that just adds more as far as with the photo. So I personally like that. So normally I would have my 5 points, but with this one, since mostly midtones are the one being affected, we're not gonna change anything. As far as with everything else, let's see. No, we're just gonna leave it that because I like that. It's like a nice blend as far as with purple, reddish, and blue, and maybe even a hint of orange in a way. So I actually really, really like that. Effects, let's see here. I would mostly worry about this if this was more towards the clouds, although at this point I can literally count the pixels, but nonetheless. So I don't see really anything. Maybe if we were to dehaze it a little bit. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. And that too is also not a good idea. What the fuck am I doing? All right, let's get back here. Let's just put that back. All right, no effects are gonna be needed. As far as with detail, maybe not so much to sharpening, because again, I don't see much of a difference. And the only thing we would be sharpening would be the clouds. But since you already kind of can't see it, we're just gonna leave that be. So believe it or not, as far as with everything else, I don't know. Now, let me actually see something. That was before hiding all the changes we made on the mask. That's now. Okay. Because I was going to say, it's questionable. It's questionable as far as, are we doing a good job with this? But believe it or not, I think I actually really liked how this came out. For a photo that, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, just picked it out of the bloom, just no thought into it whatsoever. I actually really liked how this came out. Although it may look like it may be heavily edited. Like you may see that it may be heavily edited. I don't know. Okay, just right now I'm making some minor adjustments here as far as with the midtones and maybe even a little bit of the blacks because I want a little bit of the black showing as far as with a little bit in the sky and a little bit in the foreground. But believe it or not, I think overall, quick before and after. Whoo, man, yeah, that is a huge change. But believe it or not, actually, we're just gonna leave it like that. I wasn't actually expecting that to come out relatively. Again, personally for me, I actually liked how that came out. Again, out of the bloom, I like it. I like it, right? Although it may be kind of obvious that it's heavily edited. I don't know. Personally, for me, I like it because it really brings out as far as with the details in the mountains, and you get a nice sky as far as with a mixture of colors here and there. It's not just one overexposed white sky as it was originally. But I'd say overall, I don't think I did a bad job. I personally don't think I did a bad job, but who knows? Maybe I may regret it within the editing process, or maybe in my next analysis video. But as far as it stands right now, I like how it is, so I can't complain, at least for right now, right? But again, as far as with these videos, as far as what I'm trying to do, like I've stated during this video, I'm trying to make them a little bit more interesting, a little bit more engaging in some way, shape, or form. That way here, you guys don't have to sit through someone like me just adjusting some sliders for roughly 20, 30, hell, maybe even sometimes 40 minutes, right? So again, I'm trying to make this a little bit more entertaining, again, which is one of the goals I have, making it more interesting slash entertaining, maybe even slash engaging in some way, shape, or form. That's personally what I'm trying to aim for towards these videos, and especially since since we've passed the another milestone. That's, I guess, a new goal I'm kind of setting myself as far as, okay, what's my standards as now as with these videos, right? Again, I would need to definitely play with that idea, because although right now it may work, I don't know how it's going to be later down the road, especially if we're going to be including my work schedule and who knows, God forbid, just any other tasks that are going to come into my personal life, right? But again, I'll see what works best with my workflow and with these videos, and we'll just roll with that. But other than that, again, maybe hopefully a short video today. Not much going on, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.